friends. Well, I've decided what the next step is. Next step is I'm going to get this corner piece put in, this semicircular piece that gives me a lumpier track down toward the east end of the layout. And so I have grabbed a piece of plywood, and I've got my pieces cut. And next thing I'll be doing is assembling this piece and get some foam and cut it to shape and start connecting it on to the existing railroad. So that's the plan. That's the next step. Talk to you later. Well, there's the section. I've built this little arm right here that's on a hinge, and that is going to act as a support for this section. When I get it up there, I'll demonstrate how that works in a minute, but I needed some kind of support just to keep it from bouncing and sagging when I get it installed, because when I'm running the train as it is now with this single section running, there's no support on one whole side of this. And I was going to put a leg under it, and then it occurred to me that really is going to defeat the purpose of my having rollers and being able to roll this cabinet around to work on it. So I decided to go with a hinged support, and I'm about to install this piece right up there, and I will show you what it looks like in a few minutes. All right, there she is. All I got to do now is add the fascia to the front and the foam to the top. And there is no backdrop to this, as I mentioned before. This continues around the other side when it's all connected together, and right now the backdrop ends there, and there'll be heavy forested trees here as a view block. I went straight here at the end instead of starting the curve immediately, because I need this fascia to line up exactly with that. And I did the same thing down here on this end. Just gave me a solid block to fasten to. Got my angled support in there, and I may ultimately support it a little bit more than that, but that's going to be plenty for now. That'll travel well. The support swings up this way for travel, and it goes through that little slot that you see there. So, and I've just got it screwed in place right now. What I'll do is I'll come back and I'll put some bolts through there and make it so that I can bolt it on and off when I need to. So, all right, we're moving on. We got the last part of the first module in place, and I'll start laying track on that shortly. here's a look at the finished product. This took me 3 or 4 days to do. It really doesn't take long at all to do the process, but it takes a while to let things dry in between. One thing I would caution is I don't let my enamel rusting pigments dry in between applications so that they run into each other as a wet on wet application. And if you'd like more in-depth explanations of what I did and how I did the weathering, you might want to take a look at video number 7 where I did the track weathering applications. I just wanted you to see in sort of real time what was going on this week at the CFT&C, and I've enjoyed having you with me. If you like what you're seeing, you like what we're doing, like and subscribe, and be back next week for next week's video, and I will see you then.